Hola, welcome to Casa Areyto's Konúko. Today, it's about 3 to 4 weeks since we first started planting. The weather has gotten really good. There's been a lot of rain. It's a little drizzly right now too, so I'm going to try to make this quick. But I wanted you to see what plants may look like about 3 to 4 weeks into the process. So the arugula that had started growing in the wintertime is actually pretty big right now. As you can tell, I'm going to be picking these leaves really soon. Some of them have already started to flower, and that means that the plant is focusing on creating seeds rather than more leaves. So I picked the rest of the leaves and I'm just letting it seed itself for next year. From the 3 or 4 plants that I had grow over the winter time, I was able to pick about that many leaves. It's like a nice, small salad type of amount of arugula, and it smells really delicious. The lettuce that started growing over the winter time is looking really good too. We got quite a few lettuce leaves here that look really delicious. They're starting to go. You see that it's been growing, and I'm going to let it grow a little bit more as well. Sometimes, in order to have them grow even more and produce more leaves, you got to give them a haircut, and that promotes leaf growth. You don't pick them all, but you pick a little bit of them, and that way the plant knows it has to start growing more leaves. And this is a romain variety lettuce that I planted last year that reseeded itself, and look how beautiful those leaves are looking already. I planted these 3 rows at the beginning of the season, and they have arugula, spinach, and lettuce. Let's take a closer look. So this is some arugula that I planted. It's looking really good already. I believe these are some flowers that I planted in between to attract the pollinators. And I believe this is some spinach that I planted that is already coming up. So that's what spinach, arugula, and lettuce looks like when they're about 3 to 4 weeks in. Now in this area behind me, I planted radishes, beets, carrots, and bell pepper. Oh, and also some kale. So I'm going to show you what it's looking like so far. So this is my first year planting beets. These beets were planted about 2 to 3 weeks ago. And I can tell they're beets because if you look really closely, look at how red those little stems are. Those are the beets that I planted. You'll notice that I did a little circle of beets right there. I'm tired of planting in rows. I want shapes. So I tried to do that this year. So besides companion planting, I'm also doing different types of shapes in my garden. I believe that these are radishes that I planted around. And I'm going to move over, and you're going to see I did a circle of carrots, and you can see their little carrot tops growing all around. So I'm tired of doing rows, so what I did was I created an S shape in the dirt, and then I planted the kale right in there. So you can see, if I follow the row, it's a nice little S shape going around, and little bunches of kale are growing all around that. I'm trying to have a little artistic fun with my planting this year. It also allows me to grow a lot of stuff around the shapes too. So you can see I did little clusters of plants all around. This right here I believe is more beets that I planted around that area. And that is more radishes, I believe. I'll know a little bit better once they grow a little bigger. So I started off with rows of different types of plants, and then I did some S shapes. Then here I did a little circle of carrots. Got some flowers, deer-resistant flowers in the back. But yeah, I did a little circle, and I have little tufts of other plants growing inside. So my advice for today is stop planting in rows. Do what our Native American ancestors did and grow companion plants together. They don't have to be super organized in rows. The most important thing is that they have enough space so they can get sunlight and water. But if you want to create shapes like I did, go right ahead. I know that I want to have fun when I'm gardening. In the meantime, happy planting!